My topic for today presentation is CRISPR-Cas9, genome editing in agriculture. I am a student of RVSQVV. In my presentation, I would be including what is CRISPR, a brief history, its component, how it works, its application in agricultural crops, why is the CRISPR an ideal genome engineering system, future challenges and prospects and conclusion regarding CRISPR technology. So first of all, CRISPRs are the clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. CRISPR system is used by the bacteria to defend against the invading viruses by cleaving its DNA. Thus, it acts as a self-immunity system, and this system is being utilized for crop improvement purpose. Cas denotes CRISPR-associated protein, and most commonly used is Cas9 protein, which is a DNA cleavage domain. The CRISPR consists of mainly two parts. The one part is a short identical repeats of 20 to 40 letters of base pairs, and the next is a spacer DNA. These spacer DNA keeps some of the parts of the virus DNA as a memory and helps in the recognition. Now the next is the history part, where in 1987, CRISPR sequences were identified in E. coli. Then in 2002, identification of Cas genes. In 2007, CRISPR provides the resistance against the virus. In 2011, its role in agricultural application. And in 2012, the idea of using CRISPR in genome engineering technology by Jennifer Doudna and E. Charpentier. Currently, CRISPR technology is based on the Streptomyces pyogenes gene. Now, these are the components of the CRISPR. Protospacer adjacent motif present in the bacterial DNA near the Cas9 nucleases, which causes cleaves the CRISPR RNA and transactive RNA together, known as guide RNA or gRNA, guides the nucleases to cut the foreign DNA. Now is the working of the CRISPR. As soon as the new spacer enters the bacteria, it get integrated between the CRISPR loci. After that, the CRISPR and spacer are transcribed and they form the free cRNA, which after processing becomes cRNA. In the interference process, when the Cas9 combined with CRISPR RNA, then it binds to the foreign DNA and degrades the invading DNA. In plants, it involves the selection of the target DNA, then synthesizing and designing of the single guide RNA. After that, the target DNA along with the suitable Cas9 variant is cloned into a plant binary vector for the transformation of the target plant species with Agrobacterium generally. After transformation, the putative transfer plants are selected for the presence of Cas9 and gRNA through, and then PCR genotyping and DNA sequencing is done to screen the plants with the desired mutation, followed by the selection of the non-GMO plant with desired modification. Gene editing by CRISPR-Cas9 has been adopted in nearly 20 crops so far for various traits, including yield improvement, antibiotic and abiotic stress management. Some of the examples including CRISPR high-yielding rice, low-gluten wheat, non-browning mushroom, saving the cacao trees for chocolate, saving the oranges from greening. These are the examples. Moving ahead, why CRISPR is an ideal genome engineering system. It is simple, it is easy in design, it is cost effective and having a high potentially. It can address any site in the genome. It can target multiple DNA and having multifunctionality programmability. As this technology is really very new, so there are many challenges which it is facing, such as low efficiency of homologous recombination, target delivery of CRISPR-Cas9. So I think in future it will surely be revolutionized, and sustainable agriculture can also imagine with the help of this tool. In the end, I want to conclude CRISPR has a tremendous power for potential improvement in various crops to increase the yield quality, biotic and abiotic stress tolerance, and other traits. So it can also help to combat the food challenges arising due to increasing population in this, as well as in this pandemic situation, the COVID-19 what we are facing. And it can ultimately help in achieving the zero hunger goal. Thank you.